at the New York Design Summit, Jon Winebrenner. Tell me about Hurdler Studios.
Hurdler Studios is I guess you'd call it a boutique design firm based in Vancouver, British Columbia, up in Canada. Personally, I've been in the technology business, designing everything from smartphones that were squashed by some guy named Steve Jobs, to medical devices, to small plastic bike clips. And we're trying to advance into understanding this transition from a world of product and tangible products, and the merging of the Internet of Things and machine-to-machine technologies. My personal interest is in the world of enabling people around the world with these new technologies, and how they cross over from everything from mental disabilities to third world development. We're working on a technology that's it's an air conditioner that runs on water and solar power, working with a fantastic little group in Vancouver that's getting global recognition called Vela. And what they're doing they've created this construct called microboards, which are it's a board of directors for people. And so somebody that has bipolar disorder, a great example that was given to me by Linda Perry, the founder of Vela, is this woman was living in urban Vancouver and had bipolar disorder, and she, every time she would have an episode, I don't know what she would do, pound on the walls or scream at the trees or whatever it is. The cops would get called and they would be brought in. She'd go to the hospital and they would treat the symptoms, and they would treat what she was how she was acting out. So she'd get medicated, then she'd go off the medications, and it was this wash cycle. And so what they brought to her was a small board of directors for her life that helped her understand how to bring empowerment to herself. And one of the things that they found after getting in and understanding her on a personal level was that the urban environment, the kinetic energy of the urban environment, was what tended to set her off. So they figured out, okay, let's move her out to a rural environment, and she's now able to live a healthy, productive lifestyle, where she might have an episode, but it's barking at a cow or a tree, and nobody else really cares. But then she can go to work the next day, and everything's great.
Through the company, through Hurdler, trying to redesign the experience, whether it is a bike clip to hang up, but also working with people as well. So it's always about coming back to who we are, who people
absolutely.
are. Yeah.
So the full circle there is my background being in technology and understanding how all of this data is out there in the cloud. How does that manifest to people's individual lives? A quick example of something that I'd like to be working on next is augmentative communication. So if you think of Stephen Hawking, how he talks, he speaks through a machine. But right now, those are $10,000 pieces of equipment that they need an occupational therapist to come to their house, set that up, and being that we're in the U.S., every state needs to have an office for that. But why can't you have that be a system where the occupational therapist can set it up in their underwear at home, and it just plops onto their iPad where they can poke on the buttons on the screen, and then it will speak for them. So that's what Hurdler Studios is about. It's about understanding those small problems that are important to us as an individual, and relaying those into this very quickly changing world that's smashing together technology, whether it's old technology to new technology, to where it's heading in the future of securing that data and information down the road.
So you mentioned Vela before, but for the majority of your projects, are they generated in-house, or are you responding to other people's ideas or needs? How does that work? I'm at a crossroads with that, because we had our Clug project where that was 100% internal. We were a brand new design firm. I started it in 2013. It was January of 2014 where we started the project and had our Kickstarter campaign, and all it was about was to boost our profile, to do a portfolio piece, because as a small company coming out of other companies, I wasn't able to show my old work, so we were just trying to show who we were. And
So I've stumbled onto this idea of creating products for ourselves, but realizing that, sitting right here in the room, there's a bunch of people around. We could have a piece of paper and a couple of drinks and have 100 ideas, and that could all make $1 million in 6 months. I can almost guarantee that, and we're now empowered to do that very quickly, and by all these little pieces of technology and subsystems that are set up around the world, whether it's manufacturing in China, whether it's our 3D printer sitting on my desk in the studio, whether it's a warehouse in Delaware that can now take any or all of those and send them anywhere in the world. It's all coming together very quickly, and quite literally, anybody can do this, but there's an understanding of those processes and how to bring them together, and that's kind of where I'm finding my niche of, So, to get around to your original question, I see it kind of half and half. I'm definitely going to do more of our own products, but I want to help those people understand, the individuals understand that they have just as good or way better ideas than I do, but we can help them cross that learning gap into developing something new.
Yeah, but you also need to make money.
Eating is a good thing.
Yeah, eating is a good thing.
Yeah.
So the models that you're doing in order to make this work, it's obviously just a work in progress.
It absolutely is. We're 2.5 years old, so I'm learning every day. I've spent the last year learning how to be a CEO of one of these new emerging types of companies, and it's been exhilarating, painful, frustrating, the whole gamut of emotions, as I'm sure any person that's been a part of a startup can understand. Yeah. So we'll see what 2015 or 2016 now will bring, but I do see it being one part developing new products that are our own, as well as helping large companies or individuals bring their own ideas to light.
I like that your name is Hurdler, like you're actually overcoming the hurdles. You're not hurdled. If that makes sense. It's good. It's a good name.
It's solid. I like things that have a little bit of layered meaning. I was a hurdler in university, so that's the background. But there's definitely the idea that every design process has these steps that you got to get past.
Yeah. Sounds like you're doing it. Thank you.
Thank you.